ডিল নাও করে পেয়ে যান এখন 150 টাকা ছাড়। অর্ডার করুন এখনই।
Panda Young-min Son out to the right-hand side towards Young-woo Seol. He's forced to cut back in field. No real options ahead of him. Now, Pike out to the left-hand side. Yoo-min Cho forward for Lee. Takes Lee, that is. Again, Korea just playing it amongst their back 3/5. Here is Yoo-min Cho. Steps forward, out to the right-hand side. In the line for Seoul, looking for Kang In Lee, but again, Gabriel is there, but it's not the greatest of clearance by Bento. As Gabriel played a pass, just comes off the left side of his boot. Throw in Korea, taken quickly inside the Brazilian half. Forward for Son. His layoff doesn't quite come off. Casemiro and Guimaraes in there, and eventually they work it nicely to Rodrigo. Now Vinicius Jr. on this left hand side carries it into the Korean half of the pitch, lays it back to Cunha, and now Casemiro onto there Militao, picked up by Guimaraes in the middle of the park. Just tempo of the game slowed down slightly. 15 minutes to go in this first half. Brazil still lead by Estevao goal to 0. Here's Rodrigo. Vinicius now on this left hand side, back to Douglas Santos. Carlo Ancelotti will be pleased with what he's seen in this first half an hour or so. Like I said, picked a strong team to start this game. Estevao now just bundled over in the middle of the park. Free kick given. And Jusum just having a bit of a difficult time alongside Tae-Sok Lee on the left hand side. Here's Gabriel for Brazil, forward for Vinicius. And to take on his man. So just stood firm as Vinicius played off him. Right to the right hand side, Militao forward to Vitinho. To centre back Casemiro now, first time ball forward, looking for Cunha. He's picked him out inside the Korea box, looks to find a cross, but it's off the defender in the corner. Lovely football from Brazil though. Two Manchester United men combining on that occasion. Casemiro with that searching ball. As we see the goal again, it's a brilliant pick out. Threading the needle was Guimaraes to find Estevao. And behind the defence, he just gets wrong side of the defender and fires into the back of the net. Corner kick comes in, blow it into the box, bit of a mix up eventually. Korea scramble it clear, but again Woo Jo came for it. In fact, he has won the free, has the Korean goalkeeper, but looked slightly unconvincing there as he came to get it. He has won the free kick. 2 minutes now. Joe goes long with the goal kick. Done there by Jason Lee, but picked up by Cunha. And now Korea have overturned possession again into the feet of Kang In Lee on the right hand side. He's to lay it off, and he does. He finds Hwang in the middle. Forward for Son at the edge of the box, looking to turn on it, lays it off instead. Korea trying to work the opportunity. Brazil scramble back, ball to the left hand side, cross comes in. They want a handball, but the flag is up instead against Joo Sung Kim. So well worked initially, but has the ball played to the left wing back, just in an offside position. He fired it across the goal. Son just received the defeat. His layoff didn't quite work out. Korea yet to register a shot on target this game. have something in front of their home fans. Double header for them against South American opponents. They welcome Paraguay on Tuesday to Seoul. Like I said, Brazil going to Tokyo to face Japan. So, switch of play doesn't quite work out, but eventually ends up in Korea's favour, out for a throw-in off Vitinho. Wang with the ball in the middle of the park for Korea. Ford now, he's picked out a nice pass to Jae-sung Lee. Ju-sung Kim. Recycle again. Jae-sung Lee yet again. And his 100th cap for his country. Here's Pike. Again, Brazil doing well to close the spaces. Korea just forced back. A little shove in the middle of the park there from Bruno Guimaraes. And he's conceded the free kick. Jae-sung Lee just tumbling to the ground. Can't have too many complaints. As they try to play it again. Out to this right hand side is Seoul. As well to create a bit of space. And Lee again in the centre circle. Spins away from Estevao. To the left hand side. Here's Yu Min Cho forward for Son, trying to exchange passes with Lee. Again, Korea just forced back slightly. It's a good spell of possession for the home side without really going anywhere. There's Hwang. Son wants it out to the left hand side. He goes toward Kim. And now Son back to the wing back and Pike. Wang. Now to the left hand side. Lovely ball in behind, looking for Son. It was Yu Min Cho, but again Militao alert to it, and then Jae-sung Lee just concedes the throw in. Better from Korea, just that final ball slightly lacking. Forward now for Douglas Santos. Strides into the Korea half. Plays it to his left. Here's Rodrigo. Back in field for Casemiro. And then out to the right hand side for Vitinho. Here's Estevao. Casemiro back to Gabriel on the centre circle. Is there a second goal before half time? 10 minutes to go till the break. Still holding possession in the middle. Bruno Guimaraes and Casemiro on the halfway line. Out to the right hand side to Vitinho. Guimaraes once more. And Casemiro. Just Brazil moving side to side at the moment. Korea just all in their positions. 11 men behind the ball. Cunha back in field to Casemiro. He gets his head up. Breaking ball forward, looking for Estevao again, but this time Korea are well aware to it and then win a free kick just outside their own box. Cunha penalised. Complaints from the Brazilian side, but the referee has given it. Mentioned 5th game in charge for Ancelotti. 2 wins, 1 draw and a loss. Side well on the way. Looking good for another win today as Estevao spins around his man. Plays to Casemiro and there's Guimaraes. Out to the left hand side. Rodrigo. Vinny ahead of him. Goes back to Santos as Korea. Again, just close down the space. Very difficult for Brazil to break this Korean side down. Playing in almost a 5-4-1 shape. Militao now wants options ahead of him. Doesn't have any really. So it goes short to Guimaraes. Now Casemiro. strides forward into the feet of Vinicius. Lovely first time layoff. Rodrigo at the edge of the box. Rodrigo looking to slip in Estevao, but eventually Korea get enough bodies back. Just stepped up the pace for a second there, Brazil, and nearly unlocked that defence again. Lovely light. Trying to work an angle for a cross. Brazil just holding on to possession. Out to the left hand side now. Brazil now just holding on to it. Again, moving Korea from right to left. As they look for an opening for a second goal. Estevao has them ahead with that really well worked team goal after 13 minutes. Moved them from left to right here. Like I said, Brazil unbeaten against South Korea. 4 games, 4 wins. Won by an aggregate of 7-1, in fact. In the Korean capital. 2-0 back in 2013. 5-1 here last time out, of course, as well. Chance as Korea come forward now. It's intercepted by Cunha, trying to find Rodrigo. Rodrigo just crowded out on this near side and he's overturned possession. Kang In Lee now just stopped in his tracks by Douglas Santos. And Vinicius Jr. 3 minutes to go till half time. Brazil searching for a second. Out to the right hand side. Switched forward, but Korea in the way again. Kang In Lee trying to make something happen. It's intercepted by Casemiro. Now here's Vinicius Jr. forward on this left hand side, trying to get past his man. He shoved him to the ground, to the end line, looking to pick out a cross, headed away only as far as Casemiro. It's 2-0 Brazil here. Estevao opening the scoring, and then Rodrigo adding a second just before the break. And their wanted third is Rodrigo. Midfield to Casemiro. So looking good in this game. The right hand side, here's Vitinho. Midfield to Gabriel. Switches play out to the left hand side. Rodrigo again. Drives at his man. Rodrigo toward the end line, looking to get across in. He does with his left foot, headed away by Kim Min-jae. South Korea scrambling to get it clear. Don't manage to do yet. It's eventually out Only 4. Throw in. It was Kang In Lee doing his defensive duties, but didn't quite work out. Brazil hunting for a third before the break. In the final minute of the first half, Casemiro. Now to Rodrigo again. Rodrigo trying to pick out Cunha, who'd made the move forward, but Korea in the way, but they've given it away again. Cunha, 30 yards from the Korean goal. Just forced backward to the halfway line. Here's Militao. Guimaraes, Casemiro, forward for Estevao. Rodrigo, Casemiro again. This is lovely football from Brazil. Out to the left-hand side, Vinicius Jr. Looking to cut inside onto his right foot. In the box, has a strike on goal. Brazil want handball. Referee waves it away. Kang In Lee now for Korea. Looking to set Son forward, but Bento really quickly out of his goal. Intercepts. And Brazil win a possession back again. 45 minutes played here. Rodrigo. Brazil lead by 2-0. Cunha. Back to Rodrigo. Cunha again. To the left-hand side is Estevao. Well intercepted there by Jae-Sung Lee though. Trying to get it cleared through. Jae-Sung Lee down in his own corner, but they do well to play out, and then it's intercepted at the edge of their own box. Forward by Cunha, but eventually Kim Min-jae just puts his boot through it. Clear, it was Bruno Guimaraes venturing forward into the Korean box. Casemiro now. It clear from their box under real pressure here on the Korean side, but that is the end of the first half. At the break, it is South Korea 0, Brazil 2. Estevao, Chelsea winger, opened the scoring after 13 minutes. Brilliantly picked out by Bruno Guimaraes.
Veloz, é importantíssimo que o goleiro sirva como líbero, né? Com esse caso, né, Luiz? Porque não tinha cobertura. A cobertura é feita exatamente. Foram dados pelos homens que teoricamente, né, seriam aqueles mais defensivos do meio campo.
Roubou o Brasil de novo. Bruno Guimarães. Quando o Rodrigo foi se posicionar, o Bruno adiantou demais, ele fica lamentando. E aí o corte foi do Kim Min-jae. A bola vai ficar na direita com o Éder Militão. É o Brasil ficando tempo.
বেজান এখন 150 টাকা ছাড়।
Que foi o artilheiro da chamada era Tite, está no banco de reservas, trabalhou com o Ancelotti na Inglaterra, tem a confiança do treinador, tem sido chamado, mas não começa jogando de novo. Bola com o Bruno Guimarães, vai tentar a virada lá pro Vini. Vinícius Júnior, domínio bonito, foi pra cima da marcação o Vini. Matheus Cunha deixou passar, a bola ficou no Estevam, tentou limpar a jogada, Bruno Guimarães chegava. Aí o Vitinho deu um toque, o corte aconteceu do Cho Yu-min. Sai jogando a seleção sul-coreana, o Brasil vai pressionar a saída de bola. Casemiro, Vini, e o juiz está apitando o fim de papo no primeiro tempo. 2 para o Brasil. Estevão fez o primeiro. O Raio Rodrigo fez o segundo. E daqui a pouco, show do intervalo. Falando com o Brasil. Show do intervalo com as seleções classificadas. E análise desse primeiro tempo.
Mas a gente se ama.
O moleque mora numa mansão enorme, chefe.
Just to his left is Yumin Cho. And forward is Lee. Gets his head up, trying to release Jae Sung Lee ahead, but Gabriel steps in front and picks it off. Now, forward, here's Kastrop. First involvement to Son. Little flick toward Lee, but it's intercepted. Now Brazil have a chance of a counter. Vinicius out to his left-hand side to Rodrigo. Forward again toward Vinicius. Kim Min-jae tracks him all the way toward the end line. Vinicius comes back and delivers a nice ball. Cunha at the edge of the box. Thought about the strike. Has one now straight at the goalkeeper. Good effort on goal from Mateus Cunha. Straight into the palms, though, of Hyun-woo Jo. And Brazil start the first half as they finished for that third goal. As Cho is intercepted. Estevao now, he's through on goal. Estevao makes it 3. A massive mistake at the back for Korea. And just after half-time, Estevao gets his second of the game. Just 90 seconds gone. And the Chelsea winger has 3 goals in 3 games for his country. As we see that again, really poor play, and it's Kim Min-jae, the Bayern Munich defender, one of the talismen of this Korea side, just dawdles on the ball at the edge of his own box. Estevao pounces on the mistake and then fires left-footed past Hyun-woo Jo. No chance for the goalkeeper. Massive mistake from Kim Min-jae. And it is 3-0 to Brazil, and Carlo Ancelotti's side in the ascendancy here. Korea on course to lose their first match in 16. Whether the conditions in Seoul are not played a part in that. Really heavy rain throughout the game, as Kastrop just concedes the free kick there in the middle to Bruno Guimaraes. But 3-0 to Brazil, and any momentum Korea were looking to build after the break has just been torn down, really. As Brazil come forward again, Estevao looking for his hat-trick, nearly set in by Cunha, but time well defended. Kim Min-jae now forward to Jae Sung Lee, out to Rousseau. Son now. Seoul again, back to Kim Min-jae. Forward into Kastrop. He gets it nicked off him by Guimaraes. Now, here's Vinicius out to Rodrigo. It's 4. Rodrigo has his second. Absolutely stunning football from Brazil, turning Korea over in their own half again. And Rodrigo, just after Estevao got his second, gets a brace himself. Ball into the middle. Castro.
Marcação sob pressão na saída.
In half, Rodrigo.
Fresh discounts on your ডিল নাও করে পেয়ে যান এখন 150 টাকা ছাড়। অর্ডার
Rodrigo! O raio! É o nome da emoção! Rodrigo, nono gol dele com a camisa brasileira. Artilheiro do ciclo entre Copas. Abre o sorriso, comemora, a alegria tá de volta, né, Rodrigo? Ele mesmo disse que foi um período difícil de se entender. Ele tá fazendo uma comemoração nova ali. Ô, Roger, você domina a comemoração? Você domina quase tudo?
É a tropa do raio, né? Ele fez no primeiro gol. Mas o que me chamou a atenção agora é que o Vinícius toca na orelha, assim, esquerda. E aí é com muito entrosamento, né? Porque o Vinícius em nenhum momento ele vira para enxergar a movimentação do Rodrigo. Mas o Rodrigo deve ter passado gritando, né? Vini, Vini, Vini. Então, sem olhar, pelo entrosamento e conhecimento de voz e de comunicação dentro de campo, ele dá o passe espetacular para o Rodrigo entrar sozinho e fazer o segundo gol dele na partida. A gente falando de artilheiros, né? Com o Estevão e com o Rodrigo.
E eu tô curioso porque na camisa o Rodrigo tá usando um...
Really impressive from the teenager today. 2 goals. Has looked lively, taking his 2 goals really well. One first time finished, the other had to compose himself and fire past the goalkeeper. As I said, got his first Chelsea goal against Liverpool the other Saturday evening, excuse me. And has now delivered for his national team again, just his 8th cap this afternoon, and his 3rd goal. Really impressive return from the former Palmeiras man. To this left hand side now. Here's Sol forward with Lee. Still just want to keep it in play, but it's just with Hyun Woo Jo now. As Korea look to restore some pride. Sol to Kastrop. Kang In Lee, lovely switch of play to this left hand side. Here's Tae-Suk Lee trying to cut inside Cunha, who tracked him all the way, and the Manchester United man wins it back. And now forward for Rodrigo on a hat-trick. Switches played toward Vinicius Jr. He'd love a goal, has an assist already. Vinicius Jr. now into the Korea box, onto his left foot, but it's good defending that time from Yoo Min Cho, just to get his body in the right position and intercept. Loose ball there from Kastrop. It's an out for a Brazilian throw in. Bit of a miscommunication there. So we see that again. Cho does really well to stand up against Vinicius. Bring it back. The throw in. Brazil taken by Rodrigo. Back as far as Guimaraes. And here's Eder Militao. Into Vitinho. Now Estevao once more, taking on Lee. Back infield toward Casemiro. A little flick doesn't quite work, but eventually falls for Cunha. He's brought down in the middle of the park. And free kick given to Brazil. Kastrop penalised for that one. Just a challenge from behind from the midfielder on Cunha. So free kick to Brazil in the middle of the pitch. 55 minutes gone. Brazil lead by 4 goals to 0 here. Bento now. He'll go long. Such as Rafinha, who's out injured at the moment. Same with Lucas Paquetá. Started the last game. Have the likes of João Pedro at Chelsea as well, and have options in front. Of course, there's always the Neymar question. Misses out this time. Was in the previous squad this year. Whether he'll be fit enough to make the World Cup remains to be seen, but Estevao and Rodrigo in this type of form, you know, that probably Vinny possesses. Tess Cunha has looked bright as well as Korea tried to come forward. Here's Heung-min Son, lays it out to his right hand side. Here's Pike, and go further wide towards Seoul, trying to get across him, back toward Pike at the edge of the box, shifts it onto his right foot. Thought about the strike, instead delivers one into the box. It's cleared. Kastrop, now Cho and Lee forward for Son to the end line, looking to get across, so in, headed behind at the near post by Militao. Son trying to make something happen for his side. Well worked initially on this left wing. Lee forward for Son, but good defending from Militao was hanging Lee, who was waiting for it in the middle. But Militao, his body on the line, just heads it behind. Corner kick to come from this near side. And it will be the skipper, Heung-min Son, to take. He's waiting patiently for the ball. They go short instead. Son gets it back, trying to make the cross in, but he has it nicked off him here by Cunha, and the counter attack is on. Estevao forward, as is Rodrigo. Vinicius on the far side. Cunha goes short to Rodrigo. And now Cunha once more. Estevao forward for Vinicius. But it's cleared there. Ju-Sung Kim for a Brazil corner. It's a waste of a set piece from a Korea point of view. As Brazil come forward again. Here's Bruno Guimaraes, Rodrigo. Casemiro lifts one over the top toward Douglas Santos, but Seoul is there to clear. Now it's Kang In Lee trying to make something happen. Does well to escape a few tackles, Kang In Lee, and then drive forward eventually. It looked like he was brought down by Guimaraes. Referee waves play on. The initial challenges from Santos and Guimaraes. Now here's Vinicius over on the left hand side. Back in field toward Guimaraes. Shifted on toward Vitinho. And Casemiro back to Bruno Guimaraes. Santos, then Vinicius trying to take on Seoul. Doesn't quite come off from. Here's Kang In Lee again. Lofts forward toward Ju-Sung Lee, but intercepted there by Militao. And Brazil in possession yet again. Toward Bento. Son closes the space, but keeper gets his pass away. Here's Casemiro deep in his own half now. Flips one out to this right hand side toward Vitinho. Botafogo. Domestic base player in the starting 11. There are a few on the bench. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Now Rodrigo on a hat-trick, as is Estevao. Interesting to see if Carlo Ancelotti leaves them on the field. There's the likes of Gabriel Martinelli and Igor Jesus on the bench. Free kick awarded to Brazil. Kang In Lee penalised. There will be a triple change for South Korea coming up. Looks like Hyun-Gyu Oh, the former former Celtic man will be coming on. We need to see who else. There will be a triple change on the hour mark. Once the next time the ball goes out of play. Brazil now though. Here's Militao, forward for Vitinho, infield to Guimaraes, forward for Rodrigo. Just stopped in his tracks slightly, but they've won it back. Rodrigo again. He's been excellent as Cunha tries to shift it on. He's brought down in the middle. So Son Heung-min is off, as is Jae-sung Lee. So Q-O will come on in his place. Just waiting to see the other changes. For Korea here, Kim Min-jae is also off. Big players taken off as we see Jin-sub Park come on as well. And Oh also coming on. So Owen Park on for Son and Kim Min-jae. Just when you see who the third change was, it is in fact Jin-ju Kim. Jin-ju Kim on. This is O, who's now with Genk. And Park Jin-sub. So triple change on the hour mark. As Casemiro is on the ball yet again. Out to the right hand side. Here's Estevao. Way forward, so back to Militao and Casemiro. Guimaraes has space to turn in the middle, pick out Cunha. Vitinho is wide. Have it overturned. Now, first involvement for him. Brought to ground by Militao, wins the free kick, and it's Gabriel in fact who's fouled the striker, as we see it again. Just turns on it, and Gabriel catches him on the left foot, and it is in fact a yellow card for the Arsenal man. So first Brazilian to be booked. Spent 2 seasons at Celtic, now with Genk in the Belgian Super League. Jin-sub Park now takes the free kick short out to this left hand side, forward by Lee, looking for O again. Picked up Kim, and now Castro onto Pike. To the right hand side. He's worked well infield, and they'll have a go from range and straight at Bento. It was the substitute Jin-ju Kim, just off the bench. Gets the ball out of his feet, about 30 yards, has a go. It's easy enough for the goalkeeper, but that is their first shot on target this game. Jin-ju Kim. Jumbo Hyundai Motors in the Korean League. So we see it again here. Well worked. The right hand side, Seoul infield. And Kim has a go, but easy for the goalkeeper. Now they come forward again. Infield toward O. Here's Jin-Ju Kim it once more. Midfield to Pike. Forward once more. His Sol. Left back infield. Nice triangles here, Korea. First real spell forward. Back to Jin-Ju Kim. And Cho. There's Castro now trying to venture forward, but he's stopped in his tracks and Brazil win it back again. Here's Cunha. Shoves off a few challenges and switches it out to the left-hand side. Vinicius Jr. Rodrigo ahead of him. Vinny goes himself toward the edge of the box. Now out toward Estevao, but passes behind the Chelsea man. And it's out for Korea throw in. Brazil unable to make the most of that as Ancelotti looks on. Throw in for Korea to come. It is a substitution though, it looks like, for Brazil. In fact, Bruno Guimaraes has just been sent off to get a new jersey. There's a cut on his arm and the blood has gone onto his jersey, so he will have to change his top. Referee just sent him to the sideline. Cover that up and receive some treatment as O does well to shrug off a few tackles. Out to the right hand side now is Kang In Lee. O in the middle. Lee goes to Sol out wide. Kang In Lee again. Work to Kastrop at the edge of the box. Can he have a strike? Lays it back to Pike. Out to this left hand side. Here's Lee. Lee lines one up. Has a goal, but Gabriel in the way. It was Tae-Sok Lee forward from left wing back again. At the edge of the area. Just has a go. Again, Korea worked it well in these last few minutes. It's better from Hong Mung-bo's side, but it's Gabriel in the way, and it's behind for a corner kick to be taken by Jin-Gyu Kim, right-footed in-swinger. Delivers, it's low one towards the front post, comes off Cunha, and then off Ju-Sung Kim at the near post, so a goal kick. So unfortunately, South Korea unable to take advantage of it. There will be a goal kick for Brazil. So just over 20 minutes to go here. Brazil still lead by 4-0. Brace from Estevan and a brace from Rodrigo. 2 early goals inside the second half. 2 within 2 minutes really. Definitely put this game beyond doubt as Brazil make a triple change themselves. Carlos Augusto coming on, as is Lucas Paquetá. Vitinho off at right back, as is Douglas Santos. Just waiting to see what the third change is. So Paquetá is on, as is Pablo Henrique. So Pablo Henrique will go to right back, you'd imagine, with Carlos Augusto going to left back, the Inter Milan player. And Paquetá also on, just trying to see which of the attacking players has come off. Place of the West Ham man. So both fullbacks replaced, excuse me. Pablo Henrique of Vasco da Gama earning his first cap for his nation. Carlos Augusto with his third. It looks as though it is Estevao who is coming off. So Estevao off. Paquetá on. Paquetá, one of the 4 goal scorers last time these two sides met in the World Cup, as O tries to bundle his way past Pablo Henrique. It's held up and then free kick conceded by Kim in the middle of the park. So Pablo Henrique called up for the first time after Wesley of Roma had to withdraw through injury, and now in the squad and on for his debut. Like I said, at Vasco da Gama. So proud moment for him. Small stoppage in play as Bruno Guimaraes just puts his boot back on. In the centre circle as the rain continues to pour down here in Seoul. Just over 20 minutes remaining here. So we see the goals in the second half again. Kim Min-jae just getting all mixed up deep in his own half. And Estevão on to fire home, and then Kastrop getting possession turned over himself and over to the left, and it's a lovely finish by Rodrigo. So throw in for Brazil on this near side. Pablo Henrique to take. Field toward Guimaraes. He wins another throw in, this time off Pike. So throw in for Brazil on the halfway line. Like I said, this stoppage in play. This time referee Abdulrahim just having a word with Eder Militao. Will resume again. Throw in by Henrique. Forward to Cunha, gets it back. Now Henrique has a chance to open his legs and go down the right hand side. Gets across into the box, headed away. That time not clear though. Guimaraes at the edge of the area has a strike, it's blocked. They work it out to Vinicius, and it's back with Cunha. Here's Casemiro into Henrique again. The play from the substitute. Initially, here's Rodrigo, who's now shifted to a more wide area with Paquetá in the middle since Estevão has gone off. Forward by Gabriel, lovely pick out to find Paquetá. Now Casemiro, here's Bruno Guimaraes. Out to Rodrigo on this near side, he wants to take on Lee. Infield again to Guimaraes, forward to Cunha. To Guimaraes tackling there, falls for Henrique, and then Casemiro. Cunha peeled out to this right hand side, receives it to feet, gets back in field, pass out to the left hand side. Here's Carlos Augusto, Vinicius Jr. now trying to take on Seoul, but the defender stood firm, and it's a throw in for Brazil. South American side again. Oh, Henrique up towards Rodrigo. Field to Paquetá, nice layoff. Back toward Rodrigo. Brazil just holding on to possession here, of course. Go into this World Cup next year not really amongst the favourites to win it, which obviously is a bit of a shock. Of course, it's one of their biggest gaps of not winning the tournament. Their joint biggest gap. As Rodrigo tries to shirk a few challenges there, the centre circle falls for Casemiro as well. Here's Guimaraes. Forward to Pablo Henrique. Cunha inside him. Instead he comes back infield, his pass is intercepted and he lays it off. Here's Pike. And to Jin-Soo Kim, and now Jin-Soo Park forward now. Now a chance for Korea to venture into the Brazilian half. Here's Pike, left out to this side toward Tae-Suk Lee. Ball into the box, headed away by Carlos Augusto. Picked up by Paquetá, but then he's dispossessed again. Here's Pike. Hang in Lee at the edge of the box, onto his left foot, has a go again, headed up into the air by Militao, but behind for a corner. Better from Korea. Hang in Lee involved again. He's probably been the one bright spark for his side as another change for Korea comes. Sung Hyun Paik is off and he is replaced. In the middle of the pitch by Do Jae-won. So Do Jae-won in as this corner kick comes in. Ball into the box, headed away by Casemiro. Comes to the edge of the area, sent back in towards the back stick. Bento comes, punches. Counter-attack is on now. Cunha forward for Vinicius. Vinicius stayed on side. Vinny, he's through on goal. Can he get a strike away? Vinicius onto his right foot. It's in the back of the net. It's 5. Vinicius Jr. has his goal. A blistering counter-attack from Brazil. Matheus Cunha picks it up at the edge of his box. Fires before Vinicius stayed on side. Got the wrong side of the defender. And then drove towards goal. Keeper stayed but at home, shifted it onto his right foot, and it's a little toe poke finish under Hyunwoo Jo, and it is 5-0 to Brazil. A 5-star performance from the Seleção. Go back to front in a matter of moments. And Vinicius has his 8th goal for his country. As his strike partners took the headlines, Estevan Rodrigo with 2. He has now picked up his goal today. And what a performance from Carlo Ancelotti's side. 5-0 away from home. I'd say just in time as they approach the World Cup, and now it is a triple change for Brazil. Matheus Cunha is being withdrawn. He has been replaced by Richarlison. Bruno Guimaraes also making way, as is Vinicius. His last act was to put it in the back of the net. So Richarlison is on. Just waiting to see the others for the final 11 or so minutes. Looks like Igor Jesus of Nottingham Forest will come on up front. So Richarlison and Jesus on. Just waiting to see the third change for Brazil, replacing Bruno Guimaraes. It is, looks like it's Luis Henrique. Zenit man. So Luis Henrique, Igor Jesus and Richarlison all on in place of Vinicius Cunha and Bruno Guimaraes. So just over 11 minutes to go. Can Korea, who have been really put to the sword today by Brazil, get one back? 10 minutes remaining plus any additional time. Forward now down the right hand side. Carlos Augusto gets there before Kenyon Lee, and then Bento boots clear up towards Richarlison. He gets the flick toward Igor Jesus, but cleared and be a Brazilian throw. Another change coming for Korea. Kang-in Lee will be coming off. And he will be replaced by Dong-Gyung Lee. So, sixth change of the game. Dong-Gyung Lee on for Kang In Lee over the far side. Casemiro forward toward Paqueta. Nice layoff. Enrique looked to play it forward, but Igor Jesus not able to capitalise on that. In fact, it wasn't Enrique, it was Andre. Came on, Andre of Wolves, of course. Came on, or Guimaraes in the middle. His central midfield partner, Joao Gon, is also on the bench. Doesn't look like he'll see much action himself, as it's a throw-in for Brazil on this near side. Pablo Henrique to take. Infield towards Andre. It's overturned though. Here come Korea, but Brazil win it back through Andre. And they would love a clean sheet today, would Carlo Ancelotti's side. Militao and Gabriel, particularly down to their third choice keeper in Bento. Clean sheet will be extremely useful, given confidence going into the game on Tuesday. And from a Korea perspective, obviously the result isn't the main. You'd like to win in these friendly games, but such gulf in quality between the two sides. And Brazil come forward again. It's Richarlison down the left hand side looking for Igor Jesus in the middle, who slid at the near post. He wants a corner. Referee says a goal kick. Igor Jesus looking to get on the end of that. He did, but just directs it wide. Just they go short from goal kick. Here's Sol. He loses possession in the middle though. Carlos Augusto to his left. Now Casemiro shifts it onto Pablo Henrique. Brazil want a sixth here. Henrique goes on the outside, looking to dink across in, headed away in the middle. Only as far as Andre. Picked up by Casemiro again. And now Eder Militao. Pablo Henrique. Jesus makes a move ahead of him. He goes instead infield to Andre. We're clear up towards, oh, good tackle in there by Militao, and they've won it back. Andre shifts it on. Here's Rodrigo. Paqueta, back to Rodrigo. Rodrigo, Paqueta again. Lovely football this, looking for Rodrigo for his hat-trick. Doesn't quite come off, comes out to the edge of the box. Dinked in towards the back post. Richarlison chasing it down to the end line. Can't quite keep it in. Goal kick for Korea. Just over 5 minutes remaining here in Seoul. Brazil, as we see Vinicius' goal again. Well on their way. Korea's run of 16 games without defeat will come to an end here at home. Last time they were beaten was back in February 2024 in the Asian Cup semi-final, as a free kick is conceded there by Jin-Sub Park on the halfway line against Rodrigo. Rodrigo still down on the pitch. Park just came through the back of him slightly. Heavy challenge on the Real Madrid man. But Rodrigo will have the last laugh here. A brace for the Real Madrid man. His team is well on their way to the win here. Possibly their best performance under Carlo Ancelotti will face another test on Tuesday against Japan, who are a decent side in their own right. But if they can perform as they did, it'll be interesting to see the team selection that Ancelotti goes with. Will he stick with his informed forwards, or will he shuffle it around slightly? As if Gabriel Martinelli didn't get a run this afternoon. Forward now by Richarlison to Rodrigo. Tries to help it on once more. Picked up instead by Sol. Down the line for O to chase. He's gotten there ahead of Gabriel. Back in field to Kastrop. It's a heavy touch though, and they've won it back. Richarlison carrying forward. He's just stopped in his tracks, and it's a yellow card there for the guilty party. It's 2J1 booked by a referee today, as Brazil lose possession in the middle of the park. Out to this left hand side. It's a good ball to Dong Kyung Lee, trying to make something happen past Henry, but does well to win it back and then win the corner. Really tough afternoon for Korea here. 5-0 home defeat. And if you look at the last few results between these sides, 5-0 today, 4-1 in the World Cup when Brazil stormed out to an early 4-0 lead in the first half. 5-1 in Seoul last time these two sides met, so it's been a very difficult matchup this for Korea. They will definitely not want to see the Seleção in the World Cup next summer, judging by the form the two have been on. Like I said, bigger things to focus on. South Korea will turn, try to get a reaction from their side against Paraguay on Tuesday. Brazil just trying to make sure they peak in time for the World Cup. We know the options they have at their disposal. They should never be counted out, but like I mentioned before, their joint longest drought between winning tournaments. The first was between 1970, that great 1970 team with Pelé and Jairzinho and Rivellino, up till 1994 where Romario and Bebeto led the charge. The last win, of course, was 2002. Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho. They haven't won it in 24 years. As 2J1 is penalised once more, the foul on Rodrigo. So can Carlo Ancelotti be the man? Obviously long courted by the Brazilian FA to take over. And Dorival Jr. sacked after that embarrassing defeat to Argentina, excuse me. Ancelotti has been brought in, and he's about to win his third game in 5 as Rodrigo prepares to take this free kick. It's their 6th goal here for Brazil as we approach the final minute. Again, Korea defending quite high here. Rodrigo, right-footed, clips one towards the back post. They've peeled around. It was Casemiro, who peeled around the back, fired it back across the goal. Comes off a Korea defender. Well-worked routine. Casemiro just ghosting in behind. He pulled off though, but behind for a corner. Tae-Sok Lee. A wry smile from Casemiro, captaining his side first time since 2023. As Rodrigo delivers this corner, it's towards the back post. Jesus and Richarlison there, they can't quite get a head on it, and now Korea can break on this left hand side. Dong Kyung Lee looking to pick out doesn't quite manage to do so, but they're still in possession. on the right hand side. Here is O. First time layoff towards Kastrop, but again, Brazil get bodies back and overturn possession. We played the 90 minutes. Brazil just looking to see it out. 5-0 up in this game. And that is the full-time whistle. Final score in Seoul, South Korea 0, Brazil 5. A 5-star Seleção performance that saw their attackers, their much vaunted attacking line, deliver the goods. Estevão opened the scoring after 13 minutes with after a lovely pick out from Bruno Guimaraes. Rodrigo then got the second of the game shortly before halftime. Then 2 goals in 2 minutes at the beginning of the second half. Kim Min-jae caught in possession by Estevão, who coolly slotted home, and then Jens Kastrop overturned himself in the middle of the park. Vinicius laid it on a plate for Rodrigo to grab his second. The fifth came with just 15 minutes to go. Korean corner turned back to front. One at the edge of the box by Cunha. Paqueta sent Vinicius steaming through. He sat the goalkeeper down and fired in to the back of the net. A third win in charge for Carlo Ancelotti as his team look to Tokyo on Tuesday, where they face Japan. For South Korea, humbling defeat in front of their home fans. They will have to go back to the drawing board when they welcome Paraguay to the capital. Full-time score here, South Korea 0, Brazil 5. Thanks for listening.